Hey look, I found some serious Geometry Dash related post. Let's check it now. Bad news. 2.2 is cancelled. I have some serious problems in my life and Geometry Dash will be one extra space. Indefinitely discontinued. Sorry, more explanation soon. TVH, I'm not that sad, because I wasn't caring about that game recently, so this isn't a big surprise.
Hyperparachism, an extreme 9 circles demon by GB Virus and the Real Sneaky, has been verified by End Level in a surprising change in verifier. You may remember on the last G News I reported that Sunix would be verifying this, and he got 36%. Well, after this, End Level started practicing the level while Sunix wasn't, and very quickly made it to the final buffer sequence, completing the extreme wave part. Soon after, he verified it out of nowhere and was told to upload it, and so now Hyperparachism is out, verified by End Level as opposed to Sunix. Sunix hasn't shown much bother on this topic, and has returned to continue finishing the top 50, of which he only has a few levels left, to a list which now contains only extreme demons and no insane demons. Hyperparachism was having its difficulty speculated a few days ago, with End Level saying it could be around top 10 difficulty. However, many are now saying top 5, potentially in the mix with Erebus and Yetagarasu, and some have even got as far as to suggest it's among the top 3, among Sonic Wave, Plasma Pulse Finale and Gamma. As a result, End Level is now calling this his hardest demon, and so where it will place when rated will be extremely interesting to see. This level kind of reminds me of Bausha Vortex, which did the same thing this time last year, a new look 9 circles level that goes into the top 5 to prove that 9 circles levels still have a place in the contemporary community for extreme demons. Hyperparachism is out now and you should go and play it.
In other news,
Bloodlust has been the subject of some drama recently, as Krazen, a 240Hz player, forcefully took a version of Bloodlust to verify under the pretenses that Nobleboy has taken too long, and his remarkably fast progress split the community in two halves. On the one side, many were defending Nobleboy, claiming Krazen was just a level stealer and was doing it for fame. On the other side, many were saying Nobleboy has taken far too long, and that Bloodlust has had its day and there's no excuse anymore, especially given how fast Krazen progressed on the level. Many of Krazen's streams were incredibly dicey, with even big players such as Trusta and Sagaesta coming in to cast their opinions. The situation was beginning to get out of Nobleboy's control, however they then reached an agreement and
Want to master video editing skills and make gorgeous YouTube videos like Zoella, PewDiePie, or other superstars the like? Hi YouTubers, if you ever considered video making too difficult a task with steep learning curve, then you are absolutely wrong. With Wondershare Filmora, you are just one step away from being a superstar on YouTube. Filmora is an intuitive, easily mastered video editor available on Windows PC, Mac, iPhone, and Android. Easily get started by importing videos shot by any digital camera, camcorder, action cam, or mobile phones, etc. into Filmora. You can do some easy and fast edits like trimming, splitting. You can adjust the brightness and contrast, edit saturation, and speed, etc. There are a huge number of animated titles, openers, and lower thirds that are easily customizable so that you can create your branded videos, intros, and outros for your videos.
top story.
One of the greatest players in the game's history for his time, Sandstorm, has returned to GD after the best part of 18 months of inactivity. Sandstorm was an absolute beast back in 2015 and 2016 when he became the second legitimate Cataclysm victor, and from there on went on to do some incredible things. He was only the third to beat Ice Carbon Diablo X, again on 60Hz, and was first to beat the Hell Factory by Team N2, something not even Serve could do for several months more. Sandstorm had plans to beat many of the top 10 extreme demons back in early 2016, ending with Bloodbath. He was leading the race at 1.2 with 44%. Over the next year he continued playing the level, becoming a complete slave to it. He invested tens of thousands of attempts into it, but only managed to get 92%. Well, in the last few days he's returned using the FPS bypass, a controversial tool in GD at the moment, and he beat Bloodbath within 30 minutes, ending over 2 years of stressful commitment to the level. He hasn't stopped there either. With a fresh lease of life and huge new gameplay advantage that he's always been restricted from, he has big plans to tick off several other top 50 and top 20 extreme demons over the coming days. He beat Infernal Abyss only a day after, and now plans to complete Athanatos, something he had plans to beat when it was number 1. Whether or not the FPS bypass debate will receive some fresh ignition, thanks to this legend of the game returning and prevailing from it so much, remains to be seen, but for now we can be glad of his return and excited to see what he will do from here on out. If he continues his activity, all eyes will be on him, and he could return to the hugely respected player position he once held. Go and check out his channel and give him a sub, as you won't want to miss what he has in store.
Also in the news.
Almost everyone knows this now, but come on, I couldn't not include it. Last week, Bloodlust, one of the most famous upcoming levels of all time, was verified by Nobleboy after nearly a year and a half and 120,000 attempts, and it was featured immediately, shooting straight to number 1 on the Demons list. It came off the back of a drama with Krazen and quite a lot of controversy over the time taken. However, what has largely been an unpleasant situation in GD has returned with a happy ending. There is still debate as to whether Plasma Pulse Finale is harder, but over a week has gone and there is still no victor. Sonic currently leads the way with 91% and he should beat it soon. Combined, Scullo and Rampage are all leading the rest of the way, and this has generally become a hugely challenging new demon which has generated views and renewed interest in GD, especially as both Sonics and Nobleboy race towards 100,000 subscribers as a result of prolific Bloodlust videos. The level has been one of the most fastest grossing ever, getting 50,000 downloads in under 24 hours, and Nobleboy's verification video is well on its way to 500,000 views in just over a week, having over 36,000 likes already. Generally, this is GD's newest, biggest challenge, and everyone is chiming in the race to beat it, and the community now has good feeling as a result. Nobleboy has now moved on to other projects, and the future looks bright. Unlike Yatagarasu, it doesn't seem as if this will be the catalyst for the new update, as RobTop has apologised for it being so slow and said he is working on a bunch of new features for it. However, GD is up and running again as a result, and now the pathway is laid for new, harder challenges and for new players to rise up. Bloodlust is finally out after nearly 2 years in waiting, and you should go and play it.
In other news.
Temporum, one of the best players with the wave in the history of the game, seems to have unofficially quit Geometry Dash again after recently surpassing 30,000 subscribers. Temporum was one of the first to beat Sonic Wave and was incredibly close in the race to verify it at one point. Since then, he has transitioned into a top all-round player who slayed many of the biggest and hardest demons in the game, subsequently climbing up the player stats leaderboard over the 2.1 update. While he has become interchangeable with not following through on every quitting he's ever attempted, it does now seem that he plans to continue YouTube but as a Dead by Daylight streamer. He's changed his name on YouTube to That Jake, not really sure who Jake is though considering his name is not Jake, and has privated all his videos. He has unofficially elaborated on what happened. Basically, he finds GD grueling and boring to play, which is understandable after playing it for so long. He will be leaving behind the new level, Antares, a largely timing level that was set to be the number 1 demon, and also his remake of Silent Circles. He was a huge wave god and has been a very key presence in GD for a long time. I know this is not nearly the first or second time I found myself saying this, but he will be missed. Old GD parody YouTuber StarXD has finally verified a project he's been working on for months. No Time is his own level that was meant to be a stretch for his ability and a well-decorated level. He had been playing, building and mulling over it for a long time, but when 2.1 was released he planned to stop playing GD and gave it to Rampage. Many people shortlisted to verify it dropped it, and Staff has become an excellent player in the last year and so took it upon himself. He wanted it placed on the list and so has been super lucky recently. He's now verified a version in the last few days he claims to be harder than A Bizarre Phantasm, so all that's needed now is for it to be rated to see where it will place. No Time is out now and you should go and play it. Pekoski18, the best mobile player of all time in GD, has stepped down in what is set to be a hugely significant turning point for Geometry Dash on mobile. Pekoski had not been uploading much recently, and a few days ago he uploaded a video explaining why. He claimed now in 2.1 the game is just too device dependent. The big new levels lag and even the featured levels of the current community are hard to handle on mobile. This was evident when he was playing Retention on an undecorated copy, and generally for the last year he's been having to verify his own versions of demons he wanted to beat with low detail mode. Now, the game's best mobile player is leaving the community for the foreseeable future and plans to upload some other